Hello folks, so here we are. Let's speak about the month of March. If you prefer to read the overall trends this month, I have already posted something on my website, so you can have a look there also. Yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so what is happening in March? Similar to February, we will start the month with a new moon on March the 2nd. The new moon takes place in Aquarius in the nakshatra of Shatabisha in approximately 18 degrees, kind of close to Jupiter. This new moon phase will feel much lighter than the one that we had last month, in Capricorn. It's only getting the benefic aspect of Jupiter and the nakshatra, as well as the ruling planet Rahu, is also strong and well placed in Taurus. It's an excellent time to start something new, especially if it's a new routine, a new habit. And this is due to Jupiter's movement in Purvabhadra. Jupiter moves into Purvabhadra on March the 2nd, same day. Purvabhadra is Rudra, that Rudra energy, that Rudra essence. So basically it shows tremendous struggle before achieving success. The transit through this nakshatra marks a very good time to cultivate new habits, especially starting a new routine. I've actually spoken about this movement in more detail in the Jupiter transit video, which I'm going to upload very soon. We are still operating under the Kalsarp phenomena, so for many people there may be a lingering feeling of uncertainty. See where Capricorn and Aquarius fall in your chart to see what areas are currently getting impacted. Yeah. But because the nodes are in that Taurus and Scorpio axis, then of course that is naturally going to be an area of life that is ongoing, causing uncertainty for a while now. I mean, it started in December, the Kalsarp. So it's very important to pay attention to that nodal axis, which soon will shift. And the Kalsarp will also get broken in. For good, it will get broken in April. Yeah. Now, with the Sankhya Yoga also in operation at the same time, at this time, up until March the 3rd, this could compound that uncertainty that you're feeling at the moment. Yeah, it can translate into a feeling of hopelessness and pessimism connected to areas signified by these two houses, where we're seeing all of the action right now in Capricorn and Aquarius. On March the 6th, we see Mercury moving away from Saturn and into Aquarius toward a conjunction with Jupiter. So you can start to see some progress now with all matters signified by Mercury in your chart. At this time, we're still experiencing the conjunction of Mars and Venus, which is now exact. As well, there's Pluto in the mix also. There's also very combust Jupiter that is exactly conjunct with the Sun at the moment. Yeah, thereabouts March 6th, March 5th, depending on where you are in the world. Venus is flanked between Saturn and Mars. Not a favorable transit for Taurus or Libra. And for everyone, relationship matters can suffer here, and confrontations can likely continue. There could be coldness, there could be distance, there could also be separation. in relationships now. This serious heavy tone will continue till April because there's a lot of concentration in Saturn's signs of Capricorn and Aquarius up until then. We often look toward the benefics like Venus and Jupiter to balance out that heaviness in a chart. However, they're both in a compromised position at the moment. Mercury can lighten the mood a bit. So I would say keep communications open and keep them as light and easy as possible at this time. Mercury activities can get a boost. Things like writing, networking, marketing, planning, strategizing of some kind, whether it's in your profession or whether it's just to manage your life at this time. It's a good time to spend with friends also. And new relationships could be sprouting at this time, but there would be a lot of hesitation to develop deeper connections. Especially with that Rahu aspect in Capricorn, it can exaggerate and it can augment relationship issues at this time. For Leo and Cancer ascendants, this is actually a good time to face some matters that you may have been dealing with for a long time with some confidence, in fact, because your Yogarka planet Mars gets exalted now, and it can provide some insight into health matters, into relationship matters, into work matters. Of course, there will be Venus and Saturn close by, so you may not be able to see the solution quite yet. But as soon as that passage clears a bit, things will be more evident in those areas. And you can see some progress actually on these fronts. And where you've had long held pending problems, or perhaps you've been stuck for a while. So whatever Capricorn is for you, in this case, we're talking about the 6th and 7th house. Solutions can present themselves to you. Yeah, but you may want to time your action because Mars is moving toward a conjunction with Saturn. By early April, all pots are clear in these matters. Yeah, and things will start to lighten up around March the 11th, also when the Kal Sarp Yoga gets broken once again by that monthly moon transit. Now, the intense conjunctions of Mars and Venus and Jupiter and Sun are beginning to dissolve now as well. Around that March 11th date. By March the 12th, Venus and Mars moves into Shravan Nakshatra, and this will bring an easier energy for relationships, as you might see more tolerance now with people and more of an open mind. So it's a good time to discuss any issues that perhaps came up in the last few weeks or months. But relationships will still undergo some shifts nonetheless. The ones, I think, with rocky foundations probably will not survive. Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Scorpio will feel this most intensely. On March 15th, the Sun makes its monthly move, this time into Pisces. This is normally a good place for the Sun, as it performs very well in Pisces, and it's nearing its exaltation sign of Aries. And Jupiter rules Pisces, with whom there's a friendly relationship between the Sun and Jupiter. But here, the Sun gets aspected by a very strong Saturn. This may bring doubts and low confidence for some people, especially if you're a Leo Lagna. If you're planning to do something new and start fresh, you may meet with some obstacles now also. It's a great transit for Geminis because the Sun has actually moved into the 10th house. Sun will be moving alone, so this is a very positive feature of this transit in Pisces. So your plans can see some movement. But as I said, with Saturn's gaze there, the progress can be slower than you perhaps want. In the early morning hours of March the 18th, we have a full moon approximately 3 degrees in Virgo in the nakshatra of Uttar Phalguni. This full moon is aspected by Rahu, and it connects with Mercury via house placement and Sun via nakshatra. Uttar Phalguni is associated with companionship, enjoying good times with others. As well, if it's operating on a higher level, it signifies philanthropy, it signifies charity, so it's a good time to get involved in any kind of charitable acts. It may be a good time to reconcile with some close partners, relationships, if that's a possibility at this time. There is an exact trine with Pluto and Moon at this time, leading to highly emotional connections. This moon phase can also bring secretive affairs, being that Mercury is situated in Shatabisha, connecting with Rahu. And with both Pluto and Rahu connecting with the moon and Venus still between Saturn and Mars, you could see some unexpected relationship developments also at this time. Out of the blue type of scenarios can shake things up in relationships. This is especially true if you have a lot of planets in Earth signs, because it's a very emotionally charged full moon. But with that Mercury well placed with Jupiter, you could finally get a lot out in the open with relationship matters, and some people could be ready to move on in this way. Now would be a good time to get things out in the open, because on March the 24th, Mercury becomes debilitated, making communications difficult and ripe for misunderstandings. Mercury transits Pisces from March the 24th till April the 8th. Venus is approaching Saturn, which may also result in a cooling off period in relationships. And this conjunction goes exact on March the 28th. At the same time, there's a Moon-Mars conjunction in Capricorn as well. This does not bode well for relationships, and it can bring breaks and separation. Yeah, relationships will continue to go through a deep transformation till April end, but you could make some positive progress in career matters, especially if you have planets in Capricorn or are going through like a Capricorn dasha. Yeah, depending on, we're talking about looking at other dasha systems here, not just Vimshottri. Perhaps in Charadasha or perhaps in Narayana, you're in Capricorn phase. Venus will finally leave Capricorn and move into Aquarius on the 31st of March. But even here, Venus being in Dhanishta still continues to connect to Mars. So relationship challenges will continue for some people. Many people may be more focused on building foundations and let relationships perhaps take a back seat for this reason at this time. And if you did that, it would be a good time to do so. The material imbalances for some could have become so unbearable at this time. So taking action there is probably a good thing. And since we're talking about Capricorn, for many this could signify just the basic necessities in life. But with Mars and Saturn dignified, we can come up with solutions at this time when it comes to things that are connected with the basic necessities, our lifestyle, our career, our foundations, basically. Yeah, to build our lives back up. This is a good time. At least you can get started with the planning now. Overall, it can be similar. The energies this month are similar to last month with that relationship uncertainty, but you can make some progress with career matters with Mars exalted and Saturn in dignity. Months of April and May will be monumental months for change, so this is a good month to take things slow and plan. Yeah, all the best, folks. Cheers.